All the newspaper headlines today tell us that the Supreme Court bench, headed by Justice S.K. Kaul, took umbrage at the irresponsible statements made by Kiren Rijiju, the Union Law Minister. The right thing for the Supreme Court would have been to issue a contempt notice against the minister, demanded Vikas Singh, the President of the Supreme Court Bar Association. What was the issue? Vikas Singh is the lawyer for a petitioner who has urged the Apex Court to take immediate and concrete action to fill up the vacancies of the High Court and Supreme Court judges for the speedy disposal of the cases pending for years. That brings us to the question, what is the process of the appointment of judges? 5 senior-most judges of the Supreme Court, who constitute the collegium, deliberate and select the names of the judges and send it to the government. The government is supposed to notify the names after conducting due diligence with regard to the intelligence reports. If the government finds anything amiss, then it can get back to the collegium with its reports for a reconsideration of the names. If the collegium accepts the government's recommendation, then the name is withdrawn. But if the collegium chooses to stand by its original decision, then the government is duty bound to notify the names. This is the process. But what is actually happening on the ground? The Supreme Court Collegium is sending its recommendations again and again, but in many cases the government is sitting over it, refusing to respond. In some cases, it is cherry-picking a few names which it is notifying and rejecting the others. In a few other cases, it is getting back to the Apex Court asking for a reconsideration. But even as the Supreme Court has reiterated its stand about the selected names, the Union government, instead of notifying the appointment, is again sitting tight over the files. This is happening despite the fact the rules of engagement agreed between the executive and the judiciary stipulates a deadline within which government will respond to the original selection of names, and it is also fixed a time limit within which names sent back by the Apex Court after reconsideration must be notified. Despite these clearly stated rules, the Union government has been flagrantly violating the terms of engagement, and the Supreme Court has been helplessly watching it. What has added insult to the injury of the Supreme Court is the shenanigans of the new loudmouth law minister. It appears as if this thick-skinned politician named Kiren Rijiju has been anointed as a Union Law Minister with a specific mandate to rub salts on the wounds of the judiciary day in and day out. He has been trashing the collegium system on every available forum. That is unpardonable. After all, the collegium system is the law of the land. The ruling party may have its objections, but it has to follow the dictum so long as it is the law. Supreme Court has been all this while taking these flippant statements of the minister in its stride. But yesterday, Vikas Singh drew attention of the court to an interview given by the minister to a TV channel. The minister was asked what the government was doing about the pending appointments of the HC and SC judges, given that Apex Court was very upset about the delay. The minister had the gall to respond that if the Supreme Court is upset, then let it appoint. Let it run the show. Why is it looking to the government? This sarcasm of the minister has clearly crossed the Rubicon, said Vikas Singh. He asked the court to issue contempt notice against the minister. But the SC judges did not want to stoop to the gutter level the minister had descended. They exercised self-restraint and requested the Attorney General and the Solicitor General to convey to the government their concern over the matter. But the judges should know politicians like Rijiju are doing a hatchet job. They would see decency shown by the court as its weakness and would spew venom again and again. The court must squarely confront these vicious men who are out to destroy our democratic institutions.